Good morning, everyone. Before we start, Mr. Bain would like to say a few words.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I'd just like to say, well done, everybody. We are coping exceptionally well in very difficult times, and that is down to your commitment to keep us all safe. If you're youngsters and staff, keeping us safe and learning, and it's a fantastic effort. I like to remind everybody, whether you're a teacher or support staff or one of the pupils, that we are keeping you all up to date with what is going on in the formal letters. The letters are going out addressed to staff and parents, and we also put copies for pupils on YouTube, and we use Instagram. And Instagram's a great place for youngsters to be going on to and seeing what's going on in terms of how we're dealing with COVID, but also to keep watch with what the SPLT are up to. And I would thoroughly recommend that all the pupils sign up to the Oban High School Instagram page, as well as the YouTube page, and you can keep track of what's going on in the school. Of course, many of you will not want to do that at all, and you'll go, oh, I'm not doing that. Such is life. The one thing that I do need you to do to make sure you keep in touch, to make sure you tell us how you're doing and what support you need, is to keep in contact with your guidance teacher. Things are tough at the moment. COVID's not a pleasant experience. We're all facing unique challenges, and that can be quite a strain on us at times. So please, if there's one thing that you do, contact the guidance teacher, tell them how you're getting on, and we'll support you in whatever way that we can. Okay, so keep following the news, keep following what's going on, and make sure you speak to someone, and we will help you. Right, that's my wee message over. I hope you enjoy the rest of the week, and I'm going to pass back to the SPLT for the assembly. Thank you.
We hope you're all looking forward to your long weekend and are getting excited for Christmas.
Today's assembly is focused on America. We will talk about Thanksgiving and the recent events that have happened there.
Thanksgiving is a holiday celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November in the United States. However, it is also celebrated in Canada, Brazil, and many other countries. The first Thanksgiving was celebrated by the Native Americans and Pilgrims, the English settlers who came to North America, after their first harvest in 1621. According to Edward Winslow, who is an English settler, the first Thanksgiving feast was attended by 53 Pilgrims and 90 Native Americans.
Why do we celebrate Thanksgiving? For more than 2 centuries, days of Thanksgiving were celebrated by individual colonies and states. It was not until 1863, in the midst of the Civil War, that President Abraham Lincoln requested a National Thanksgiving Day to be held each November. Thanksgiving is important for some people as it is an opportunity to show gratitude for the things that mean most to them. It allows people to gather with friends and family to celebrate the harvest and the blessings of the past year. How to celebrate Thanksgiving? Usually families gather for a feast that includes turkey, cranberries, and a pumpkin pie. As well as having a feast, Thanksgiving football games are held.
The Constitution is the supreme law of the United States. It was originally made out of 7 articles, and its first 3 have 3 separate branches of national government. There were 38 representatives for the 12 states that signed the Constitution on September 17, 1787. The legislative branch makes the laws of the United States and is divided into the House of Representatives and the Senate. The executive branch is the one that involves the president and has the power to enforce or carry out laws. The judicial branch includes the Supreme Court and 9 justices. The Supreme Court only deals with issues to do with the Constitution. The amendments or adjustments made after the Constitution was created. So far, there have been 27 amendments to the US Constitution. The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments that were made to the Constitution, and they spell out the American rights in relation to their government.
These are the 10 amendments. Some of you may have heard of some of them, such as the right to the freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, and the right to a speedy and fair trial. These amendments help to define the division of power between the federal government and the state governments. How does the Constitution affect the US? There are many advantages to the US having the Constitution, such as changes can be made to the Constitution to make it more fitting to a modern society, but protections are still in place to protect it from political whims and public hysteria. Another advantage is it ensures that the branches of the government have their power checked against others, resulting in a balanced system for the US. The Constitution also means that US citizens have many rights that some countries do not give to their own citizens. However, there are also some disadvantages to the Constitution. One of the main ones is it is often seen as outdated, and many of its amendments don't fit in with modern society. Changes are also difficult to make. This has become a problem with amendments such as the right to bear arms. Another disadvantage is that when the Constitution was written, it was only written for free men and fails to include people like slaves, women, and Native Americans, meaning there are less rights to protect them. The Constitution can also be seen as very vague on the powers of the executive branch and doesn't disperse executive power equally, creating the seeds of imperial presidency.
The American election. What are the parties? The US political system is dominated by two parties, Democrats and Republicans. So the president will always belong to one of them. However, other parties and candidates exist, such as the Libertarian Party or Kanye West. How does it work? Both primary candidates compete to win the most electoral college votes. Each of the 50 states gets a certain number of electoral college votes, partly based on its population. Almost all states have a winner-takes-all rule, which means whichever candidate wins the majority of a state's votes gets all the electoral votes of that state. Work it how does. There are a total of 538 electoral votes, so the winner is the candidate that wins 270 or more. Most states lean heavily towards one party or the other, so victory is taken to be guaranteed there. Hence, the focus of attention is usually on a dozen or so states either Republicans or Democrats could win. These are known as the battleground states. Who can vote? In the US, you can vote if you are a non-citizen, including permanent legal residents who are not US citizens. Some people with felony convictions, rules may vary by state. Check with your state election official about the laws in your state. And some people who are mentally incapacitated. Rules also vary by state. The results. In the 2020 election, the two candidates campaigning to win were Joe Biden and Donald Trump. After running to win a second term as president, Trump is losing to Biden by 74 electoral votes. Yet the votes, though already cast, are still being counted at this very moment. The numbers. The voting eligible population in the US ahead of the election was just over 239 million people, but not everyone votes. Bloomberg's model anticipates that once counting is concluded, the total number of votes cast will range from roughly 157 to 165 million. 157 million, that is, not just 157. That range is about 70% of the total voting eligible population. More numbers. As of Friday, November 20th, 156.1 million votes have been counted. The record, this is the highest turnout seen in 120 years since the 1900 election, when turnout was 73.7%. 2020 won't set the all-time record, which was in 1876, with 81.8% turnout, but it is the highest in living memory.
The impact of Biden winning. In terms of COVID-19, he wants to establish 10 testing centres in each state, give firmer guidance, and says all governors should encourage wearing face masks. Jobs and money. Biden has vowed to spend whatever it takes to extend loans to small businesses and increase direct money payments to families. He also supports raising the federal minimum wage to $15, £11.50 an hour. In regards to race, he believes that racism exists in the US and must be dealt with through broad economic and social programs to support minorities. He rejects demands to defund the police, saying that resources should be used to maintain standards, and calls for a $3,000 million investment into community policing programs. To help fight climate change, the US will be rejoining the Paris Climate Accord, and for health, he aims to expand public health insurance schemes passed when he was Barack Obama's deputy.
Trump's reaction. Once votes have been counted, it's clear that a candidate has lost and another has won. Usually it's a calm situation for all. However, Trump protested this year and claimed illegal votes tried to steal the election. He has also used Twitter to express that he won the election by a lot and is in disbelief that he lost. Kamala Harris is the vice president-elect. By her being elected, it is seen as a revolutionary, as she is the first woman, Black, and South Asian vice president. By this, it's adding more diversity and inclusion to Biden's presidency. It makes the political future of the USA more optimistic as it is a step forward to having the first female president.
The impact of the US elections on the UK. Currently, the UK trades with America over EU terms. However, on the 1st of January, when Britain leaves the EU, this will change. The UK will be looking to sort a post-Brexit trade deal with the new American president. America is the UK's second biggest export market after the EU. A favourable trade deal would aim to lower taxes paid on imported goods. This would keep prices down in the UK and make it easier to sell things to America. Biden is likely to prioritise repairing US to EU relations before sorting a trade deal with the UK.
The UK will be looking at how it negotiates with the USA in all areas. Food imported to the UK currently has to meet standards set by the EU, but this won't be the case from the 1st of January, and new terms will have to be agreed with the US. There is some fear that the UK will allow food imports from America that are lower than current food standards. Overall, this would mean that there would be fewer standards of food. The debate has centred around chicken washed with chlorine, something that is allowed in the US but not in the UK. The government insists and it's committed to high standards, but MPs have so far rejected proposals for imports food to meet EU standards.
Another important political factor to any deal with America is the Irish border. The UK government has said it wants to make changes to the previously agreed arrangement.
Biden has Irish roots. He has made his position with the UK that there must be no hard border with Ireland to receive any trade deals. The Irish lobby is very powerful in the US politics. Biden won't allow any changes along the border.
Hey guys, so there's just a wee quiz at the end of the assembly for you all to do. Before that, I'm going to speak to you about the Christmas door competition that's starting in December. So how it works is that the competition starts on the 1st of December and runs through to the 14th. And we want you to decorate your My Time class doors with a Christmas theme like you did for the Halloween doors. On the 14th, you have to be finished your doors, as we will be going around taking pictures of them so they can be judged and we can choose this year's winners. The way the voting system works is by having 3 categories: a vote for the pupils, the public, and the head teacher's choice. The pupil and public votes will start on the 15th of December, and the prizes will be given on the 21st for the winner of each category. So the pupil vote works by, you guys have to be able to vote to have a phone or a laptop and access the link on the Google form that will be sent out, and then you will have to select your favourite. The door with the largest amount of votes will then win. And in terms of the public vote, there's an Instagram page if you look for @OHS Christmas Door Competition. All pictures will be on the account by the 14th, and all you have to do is like your favourite door to give it a vote. The votes will close on the 18th, so remember to get your friends, family, and anyone else you know to vote. Well done again to last year's winners, and this could be your class this year, so make sure to vote and come up with some creative ideas for your door. Good luck.
Thank you everyone for joining our assembly today. We've sent your teachers video links that will help to explain what we've talked about today. There's also a quiz that you can either do as a class or individually.
In conclusion, it's been an honour and a privilege. Remember to keep submitting your achievements. We hope you all have a good week.